Update: I slept with another woman while me and my wife were separated. I said all of this to my wife. She started crying and tried to get up and leave, but I didn't let her. I held her firmly by the shoulders and told her I'm not finished. Let me get to my point. I told her there is nothing long-term about me and AP's relationship. I cannot imagine growing old with her, having children with her, living with her and being married to her at all. Truthfully, this is all absurd to me. She makes me a bad person and I make her a bad person. I have never in my life regretted anything more the way I was during that period of time. Affair aside, I was an awful human being, and the way I was completely set me up for the affair. When I was having dinner with her, we didn't have nice, playful, flirty conversations. They were wrought with dark and depressive discussions of our trauma. The intimacy, and I left this part of for my wife because either way this sucks, was not explosive and passionate. It was raw and emotional, but also selfish at the same time. I can't explain it and I honestly don't want to relive it in my brain. All I know is that after doing the dirty I usually felt relaxed, but after intimacy with AP I felt like there was a bigger weight on my chest, and it wasn't necessarily guilt, just the absence of contentment. When my wife called me crying about the leak in the bathroom, that wasn't the thing which made me feel anything or made me feel desperate to come back. It was after when she'd done what I told her and she started laughing hysterically about how she was going to get rid of all the water that had flooded the bathroom floor. The kind of person I am, that would have made me so upset. I'm so pessimistic and just depressed by nature that the bathroom flooding would have made me so angry. And there she was just laughing. I heard my 8-year-old daughter come into the bathroom with a little plastic cup proposing using it to scoop up all the water. That's something that I would have snapped at, but instead she just laughed and explained the joke to me over the phone. She was so patient with them and caring. When my youngest son suggested putting all the water in a bucket and giving it to the poor, she was like, "No, my love, we can't give them water from our bathroom floor," in between fits of laughter. I could feel myself smiling ear to ear thinking, wow, she's so happy, so patient, so caring, so kind, so funny. I love her so much, I miss her so much. Then I looked to my side and I saw AP asleep next to me and I thought, what have I done? What have I let my victim mentality allow myself to do? I kept telling myself no one understands me, like I'm some kind of hormonal teenager. Over the next few days the perspective was regained and I was flooded with guilt, and the 2 weeks notice I had given my workplace could not have gone over fast enough. I said all of this to her. I concluded simply with, you make me happy, you make me a good man, you make me a good father, you make me content with life, and nobody else can give me what you've given me and what you give me every day with your presence. I said, I know it's confusing and disgusting and it doesn't make sense that somebody could claim to feel such intense love but do what I did. I don't truly understand it either, but all I know is that it has everything to do with me and nothing to do with you. She looked at me utterly heartbroken and said, swear on our children's lives you love me and you don't love her. That's never something I would ever do, but I knew without a doubt in my mind that it's true, so I did in a heartbeat. She said towards me, you have acted at times completely lovelessly over the past few years, but I know you love our children. So I don't know how to feel right now. I know you're telling the truth. I'm just not sure if I'll be able to forgive you and move forward. Which is fair enough. I'm just so glad she knows I love her. We put our heads down and were awake 4 hours later to stuff our faces before sunrise and the beginning of fasting hours to find out about the events that had taken place 10 minutes from our home that I believe was on the news according to my American friends. My brother-in-law and my wife's nephew had left the mosque 5 minutes before the raid and the attack, so small mercies. As much as I love Ramadan, it's extremely tense and terrifying over here as the occupation think it's prime time to target Palestinians because we're hungry, and I honestly can't wait for this month to be over for that reason only. Anyway, that's an update on where we are now. I'm wondering if some of the things I said, my epiphanies, are wrong now. Was I blaming her? Because I truly don't blame her at all.